liquor thing.
Yeah, I just got beer. I only had some beers, but none of them were in the fridge, so I stuck 3 of them in the freezer, and I figure by 8 they'll be drinkable. But until then, we always make this Crystal Light lemonade. Like, we have tons. Like, we got like 40 boxes of it.
Yeah.
Because it's one of the drinks we always have around the house.
Yeah.
And I'm like sipping on it, I'm like, huh.
I know that, huh? that is a huh I have heard before.
Yes. Yeah.
The old Corvallis, huh?
Yeah. I feel like I'm gonna be saying that huh a lot.
Probably. Jake said he pee, beer, smoking. I'm not sure what the order was, but here's what he
in no particular order, these things will be happening.
What was that Michael Scott quote? He's like, loyalty, respect. These are the things I value in order: loyalty, respect, and something else. And then he get in love, and then he goes in no particular order.
Yeah,
like
in this order. Yeah.
That shit,
dude. I've got so much to read. So, like, because I'm
3 days in.
I'm taking 4 science classes.
Oh fuck.
Yeah. So much reading. I've got one book that is over 1,300 pages. Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever read, like, collectively 1,300 pages.
Right. I mean, luckily that one book is for this whole year. So I only had to buy it once. Yeah. Which is good.
Is it on tape?
No, it is not. But I have, it was one of those things you could buy the code. Yeah. And just have it online. And I don't, as much as I'd like not buying books, I don't like reading on my computer.
I hate it.
Like, I would rather have a book, and then I can sit down anywhere. I don't have to worry about getting my laptop out. Right. And when I'm reading from my laptop, this is how I'm reading.
Right.
Because, like, I can blow it up, but I'm still
staring at a light. Yeah.
Yeah.
It sucks.
So I bought the bundle. It was the loose leaf pack bundle that gave me the code, because the online thing is also where we do our homework, but also it just gave me all this loose leaf, so I had to buy like a 2-inch binder.
Loose leaf, abused ink.
Yeah. Loose leaf, and imagine that I show up.
Yeah.
No, what's that? It's an Eminem song. Loose leaf, abused ink, and then I'm looking it up.
Exactly.
I'm friends with the monster that's under my bed.
Someone was very helpful and cleaned up the TV room and disconnected all my shit.
Oh, fun. That's my favorite.
I want to be friends with a monster that likes giving head. I'm friends with the monster
that's giving me head.
Yep.
Let's see if
the monster.
Let's see if I can make this work.
Ooh, I can smell the vodka.
Yeah, well.
I mean, it was to here with lemonade, and then I topped her off.
Ooh, you gotta top her off.
So, I'm surprised we're not topping her off right now.
Base hit Mariners.
So, if I can't talk by the end of the podcast, looks like I won't be doing.
Are we gonna have another edition of Liquor Dave?
Liquor. Oh my God!
Yeah,
we're definitely talking about Liquor Dave.
That's in my notes.
Yeah,
it's actually the second note, but it was the first thing I wrote down.
Liquor
Bruce
Dave.
Lee. All I wanted to be was the Bruce Lee of loose leaf. That's what he says.
I saw something from Lil Wayne earlier today where a guy like reads him one of his lyrics. He's like, "Wow, that's sick." He's like, "That was you." He's like, "That was me."
Yeah, I've seen that before.
Mm-hmm. Imagine, like, I had seen some shows where the singer gets up there and they're just like, they get lost.
Mm-hmm.
And as a younger man, I was just like, really? Like, this is your hit song. And then I realized that's your hit song from 15 years ago,
Right.
and you've written 300 more since.
Yeah. Yeah, I couldn't do it, I'm sure.
Visionary. A vision is scary.
My notes are Colorado, Dave's Cup, and the Call of Duty update.
Dave's Cup. I forgot about Dave's Cup.
Right? I did too until I was driving yesterday and I was like, oh my God. Like, I went to go get in my car and there was a Jeep Cherokee type vehicle parked in front of mine. And I was like, remember how we kept pouring stuff into Dave's Cup?
Wait, are you talking about Dave's Cup 2013?
No.
No, we're talking about
2023.
Dave's Cup at Colorado.
Oh, Liquor Dave doesn't remember things.
No, we went over to that.
I'm sure Liquor
we
Dave
went over to
doesn't
that
remember a lot of
Jessica
things.
Springer. That's her name, the blonde chick.
I'm sure it
The
is.
blonde chick that sits behind us,
Springer.
Oh, okay.
I hardly knew her.
right? And she gave us a tequila seltzer or something
Oh,
like that.
yeah. And I took
And-
a picture of it because it was so delicious.
Yeah, and then you drank, your cup was empty, you drank it all, and you're like, hey, guys, my cup's empty. Pour some of yours into mine. I'm
Okay, I
like-
remember that now.
And like, I had a beer.
Uh,
We all had different things.
Ben-
and,
Ben-
I think I had a South County Slam.
and I'm pretty sure Ben had like a cider of some sort.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And
some sort
we're
of
just like,
some sort of
so
passion
all
fruit
right.
cider.
Yep.
He's like,
That's
"Hey,
what
guys,
you
it's
want,
actually
man."
pretty good.
Yeah, it was.
I was like, ugh, no, it's not. And then we saw the Big 12 flag.
Yep,
Big
and
10
then
flag.
I do remember Liquor Dave will walk up,
Flag.
like
Enunciate.
Liquor Dave will randomly walk up to people a lot more than Sober Dave will.
Oh, 100%. You
Liquor
just
Dave.
went straight to him. You're like, hey,
Hey,
I
nice
like
flag.
the flag.
Yeah.
We'll get more into this, but another thing Liquor Dave said is that you can always count on Jake to find the random black people to talk to.
Oh yeah. Sober Dave would say that too.
But probably not as quickly.
Yeah.
Uh,
Not as loudly. Hey, you know what
probably
Jake
not.
does?
Right.
Jake just ends up talking to black people. Thanks,
Yeah.
Dave. You're sounding pretty
man.
white, Dave, today.
Yeah, I know, right? No, it's Asians. Asians will do that thing
Oh,
too.
Asians are the most
So
racist,
funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
The stuff,
especially
yeah.
against other Asians.
Oh,
See, Rations.
or Asians.
I don't think you can say that.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
the
can.
Rasians?
Oh, the Asians.
What kind of leggings were they wearing?
Ramen.
Ruru
Okay.
Ramen?
Crystal Light and Platinum 7X vodka. Very good.
It's very good.
That's my favorite.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good one.
I wasn't till the next day I'm going through pictures to show my parents,
Yeah.
and I'm like, wait, this motherfucker's flipping me off.
Some bitch.
That picture and this one, because you guys were taking a picture and I just was like, hey guys.
Yeah.
In my
That one's really
Yeah, because she was
funny.
putting her number in my phone, and she's like, here, let's get a group picture for my contact info. I'm like, yeah, fine. And then I look at the picture, I'm like, hey, get out of the way.
I knew you weren't gonna catch it. I was.
Dude, I didn't catch a whole lot.
Somebody asked me to take their picture, and like every time I take somebody's picture, I always end up taking 2 selfies.
Yep.
I was just
Like-
gonna do that. I was
like
gonna
that-
say, all right,
if
I'm gonna
you-
take your picture, and then all right, I'm gonna take your picture. Ready?
Like, if you ask me to take you a picture for your group, you're also getting at least one of me.
Hold on, you guys got to see the picture I just took. I'm saving that.
That's the last time we saw Robin.
Oh man, Dave, did you watch Ahsoka?
No, not yet. I started to today when I got home,
Dave.
and I was eating,
I'm gonna race.
but then I ate too fast, and then I was like, I don't really want to. I have stuff to do, so
Yeah.
Like, I was like, I'll just watch this episode while I eat. But by the time it had loaded, I had finished my meal,
Mm,
and I was like, okay, I got things to do.
How long did it take to load?
right?
So our TV takes. Well, I mean, it also doesn't take me very long to eat.
All right, Prison Dave.
So it's a 2-factor authentication, if you know what I mean.
Right. Mhm.
Like, I sit down, I take my bite, I turn my TV on, and then I have
That's
to
the first
wait.
time anybody has ever used two-factor authentication when talking about eating and TV.
Yes. You heard it here, folks. Breaking news.
It's like
breaking news.
Earlier in our group text, one of many that I'm in, Bales goes, I just introduced a coworker to Take a Bow. And I go, in live action or the video? And he's like, LOL, I've never heard live action. That's a funny way to put it, but also it was a video or in live action. I think it was real. I forget.
Real
have you ever heard anyone
you figure that out, Robin? Take a bow.
Take a bow. Have you ever heard anyone do the talk about IRL things?
Yes.
Like, I went to the store the other day. Like IRL. Like, how do you go to the store not in real life?
Yeah.
Amazon.
Odd. No, that's I got on Amazon.
Yeah.
You get on Amazon, you go to the store.
What if you go to Amazon bookstore, like 4-star, where they're like, hey, Amazon, they're like, hey, what we need? Bookstores.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, there are Amazon bookstores.
Why?
Exactly.
You could just go on Amazon and get your books, and they just bring them to you. You don't even have to get up.
I'm
surprised I'm not doing it right now. Look at this.
I'm surprised they're not ordering books right now.
Look, I'm doing it.
Like they ran all the bookstores out of business, and then they're like, hey, let's put in bookstores.
I had a good one today in class. They were talking about turning an assignment in tonight, and I looked at the teacher and I go, no, I refuse. And she's like, you're not going to be able to turn it in today? I was like, no. I was like, I'll turn it in tomorrow. I
have priorities, and your class is not it.
Yeah,
I got shit to do, dog.
I think it was because she was talking about the late homework policy, and she's like, so turn that in tonight, and I was like, I refuse. And I was like, I'll definitely turn that in tomorrow. I was like, are you gonna take 5 points off? She's like, yeah. I was like, okay.
Like, so 95 is still an A, right?
Yeah, right.
Got it. Huh. So your 5 points mean nothing to me.
Yeah, pretty much. Like if I'm gonna do well on it.
Whose grade is it anyway?
You've only shrunk my margin of error. You haven't done anything else.
Yeah. But it's been an interesting week.
Well, hey.
Whose grade is it anyway? It's college where the grades are made up and the points don't matter.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh man.
No one checks GPAs when you're applying for a job anymore.
No one checked them to begin with.
I don't know about that. They asked me on the last one that I had an interview for, and I was like, first of all, that was 13, 14 years ago that I finished. And you want that? You're saying that's the same person that I am now. Okay. Like, it's 3.44, but fuck you. That's stupid. Like, that's the dumbest. And I only remember it because it's the only one that I ever remembered.
Yeah, like it's reasonably close to pi, and I like pi, so
Well, and I got a 4.01 summer term, but it was because I took the 3 Shakespeare classes. No, the 3 Shakespeare where you just go watch plays and write a 1-page paper on what you did. And then I think I had psychology.
And basketball.
I didn't have basketball because it was summer. We could just go to the T courts and everyone was there.
Summer. He always has basketball.
I did have always. I always had basketball.
And these don't allow it these days.
No, now I have Call of Duty.
I still play little ball.
I have to climb a few stairs in one of the buildings I'm in. And when I get to the base of the stairs and I look up and my knees are already screaming at me, I turn slightly and look at the elevator. I go, nah, I can't.
Not today.
So I just tough it on the stairs with my broken knees.
That sucks.
Yeah. Maybe they'll get better now that I have to climb upstairs.
I doubt it.
Yeah.
No, your life's gonna suck.
Do it backwards though. If you walk backwards uphill, that will make it easier for your knees to handle things. Like it'll strengthen the muscles that support the knee better.
Mm-hmm.
Also makes it easy to sneak in if you walk backwards.
Yeah.
That was a funny video.
Which video?
Wait, did you not see that? The sneaking in backwards thing? Oh, let me see if I can find it. It was I think it was a TikTok. These guys, a group of people were like, trying to get into a rave or music concert or some shit like that. And it was like, we realized everyone's facing this way. So if we just walk backwards slowly, can we get in? And security standing there, and they walked right past security by just walking backwards.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
My friend's dad had one of those. We were talking about sneaking into places. He's like, "Oh yeah, I act like I'm getting out of everyone's way, and I just back up. I put my arms out big and wide, like I'm trying to get out of everyone's way, and then I just fade into the distance." Like, that's pretty good. I was like, "That's pretty good."
I like it.
I was like, he's like, "Well, what do you do?" I'm like, "I walk in." It's so funny when I talk about going to duck games, because it's like people eventually ask me, how I get tickets, and I tell them I don't. And then they ask me how I get in, and I tell them I walk in.
And I just do.
And they're like, "Well, what do you mean?" I'm like, I walk up to the ticket guy, and then I walk past him.
So this is the thing where they're doing what you're talking about.
That's funny. Ding.
Ding. Anyway, they just walk backwards slowly like that. And I was like, what? That works? It took them a couple minutes, but they did it.
If it's as long as you do something unexpected, like something that doesn't register in the brain.
Yeah.
It's like, what just happened? They don't
Yeah.
have time to react if you just do it.
Right. Like the last time we went into the game, the chick was like scanning my ticket, and she goes, "All right, that's one." And I was like, "Cool." Bloop. Because Dave was already by.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You got one of the best things that Bailey and I would like to do is, even like when we had tickets to the Hawaii game.
Yeah.
We're like, let's see if we can get in without getting him scanned, so we can get re-entry if we want to.
Right. It makes it easy to come back in, go out at half and stuff.
And then at that point they're like, "Hey, who are you?" I'm like, "I got a ticket, dude. Fuck you."
Fuck you 2 times.
Get the motivate ticket. That means Marcus Mariota. I'm a guest of his.
Yeah.
I also, man, I love how much of a paper tiger CMS is. Like they have
so bad.
They have their big barricade up, and they're like, "Oh yeah, no one comes down the tunnel." And it's just me, it's Ben and me, and Ben has no idea what he's doing, right? He's just following me.
Yeah.
And I just look at the guy, I'm like, "Section 1." And the guy's like, "Oh, yep, come on right through." I'm like, "Fuck, that's it? Really?" Like, if I were a streaker, all I would have to do is tell this guy Section 1, leave my clothes in a pile, and I'm fucking gone.
That's not even the section we're in.
What section are you in?
21.
That's even funnier.
Right? That's
I'd be like, row 1, whatever that fucking deal is down there, douche.
Yeah.
It's
Hey,
1W.
Where all the retards sit.
God damn it. 1830.
I haven't thrown one of those out in a while.
It's the dude who's in the wheelchair, not next to it, not across from us, but like kind of kitty corner from us.
Mm-hmm.
He was in that video of the guy ripping the bandana off the dude's head and throwing it in the crowd.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, it's our buddy.
Mm-hmm.
But it's kind of funny to see
the
him sitting there.
old dick twist.
The old dick twist.
Yeah. God, that was such a.
This is dick.
Yeah, I've got some things to say about Colorado and the media.
Don't
lately.
we all?
Dude, it's I'm gonna save it for the show, the actual show.
Oh, I've been doing a very
Marked
good job.
Safe from prime
I'm
time.
I'm trying so hard. Yeah.
I am. Yeah, I am.
Oof.
Also, I am being very tactful with the things I say and the things that I've talked about so far, because we might be ready.
We might get canceled.
Ready.
We might get canceled after this show because I'm gonna say some shit.
We only get canceled if we decide to quit.
That's right.
I'm also Mark Safe from Primetime.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh shit.
That
I,
was
I,
that
I mean,
whole
I,
thing, man. Those guys talking
Mhm.
all that shit before the game.
Mhm.
I didn't realize that was in that video until after, like, it'd been out for a while, and I
Yeah.
got sent, and I was busy, and then I go back and finally watch it, and I was like, oh, all you fucking Monday morning quarterbacks that were like Oregon was rude and disrespectful, might have
Yep.
been fucking warranted.
Mm-hmm.
And then they like, because now we've all seen the shit that they were actually saying.
Yeah. Their heads got big playing some chumps.
I love Tupoi just being like, doesn't even warrant your attention.
Mm-hmm. I liked it.
Yeah, dude. Like, yeah, you notice after that video came out, nobody was talking about Oregon
All of it
running up the
stopped.
school. Yeah.
Right. All of it stopped.
Mm-hmm.
Weird.
What time? 7:53. I'm gonna go make another Crystal Light and vodkas.
Well, why
Yes.
don't you grab your beers out of the freezer while you're
No,
there
I'm
too?
drinking these the rest of the night. They're fucking incredible.
Drinking these.
They're
Well,
gonna
get the
be in the
beers out
freezer
of the
for another
freezer.
hour.
Beer
Yeah.
slushies, my dude.
That's not how that works.
More like beer confetti.
Yeah, right. Beer and glass all over the place.
There's a fire in the freezer, mate.
Far and ice, you cunts.
Oh, I love that. Like, you sent that, and I was like, I just seen it like earlier that day or the day before, and like, didn't that come out like almost 9 months ago?
Yeah, a
I know
while
we've
back.
seen it. Yeah, it's still good. It's a
One
classic
that
line.
gets shared every time I see it. You know.
Right, right.
Far and
Oh my
ice, you
God.
cunts.
The one that makes me laugh now that I've seen multiple times, and it's only because I've sent it to a bunch of people and they like respond, is is that a mockingbird? And it's like, is that a mockingbird? Every time. Fucking gets me. Is that a mockingbird? Oh God.
There are a few, like, my enjoyment of TikTok has kind of changed. Like, I'm almost into it less for the thirst traps than I am to the funny, like
Right.
everything else at this point.
That's where
I'm
I
like
am. I'm
I'm
hardly
like
seeing the thirst traps.
I'm like, oh, she's hot, okay. But give me more of this fucking like habitual line stepper guy. Like,
You know what happened was they started doing the sneaking the boob in, and we're like, I mean, it's cool, but we have Reddit and the rest of the
everything,
internet.
the rest of the
Like,
internet.
we don't need your sneaky boob. If you want to just give us your
You,
free
you can
OnlyFans,
just
I'm
show
okay
us
with
your
that.
boobs if you want.
Yeah,
You can just, yeah.
Reddit's
Then,
free.
and then we're just like, yeah. It kind of like, I was like, okay, I get it. Yeah, like, I'm gonna see a boob that,
Hmm.
but I'm also gonna have to sit here for 20 seconds and look at nothing.
And I gotta look at like the
Boobs?
right corner and like,
At
ooh,
the
was
right
that a
time, at the
nipple?
right. Yeah, like, oh look, it's the middle of a boob.
Side boob? That's my side boob.
We
Oh,
need to get the Busset challenge back.
Busset. Didn't I send you? No, that wasn't a Busset one. That was I like to see it jiggle jiggle. Did you see that one? I just sent it to you, I think,
No, well,
like right before the show.
let me take a look.
There's this show on Max that's, I hate that it's called that, because it's like you took away Cinemax and HBO Max and it's just Max. Anyway, and
So like the cock.
it's a British show, and it's a naked dating show, kind of. You start out with one person who's going to get to date one of these six people, and they're all like hidden in these boxes. They're like six of them lined up together. It's like Iron Man, how Iron Man has his suits, like in that one scene, and they scroll up the curtain or whatever it is up to the just above their fucking genitals, and so they get judged by that from the start, and you eliminate one person just from that. Then they go up a bit so you can see their stomach and abs, and then they eliminate one more person, and then they go up to, I think that goes all the way up then, and then they eliminate one more person, and then I don't know, it's just kind of, it's naked people for
Nothing can
45
stop them.
minutes. Yeah.
I'm cut like early on. They'll get to my knees and be like, "Oh, he's got some
watched the
decent
one
sized
episode.
calves.
Yeah.
This guy's got some nice calves." And then
Yeah.
it goes up like, "Oh, he's got some tree trunks for legs. All right. Oh, what happened to his dick? Where'd it go?"
Well, that's
Yeah.
they judge the dick at the start.
Oh
The
God.
first episode I
there.
watched was a bunch of dudes standing there and this one hot chick like judging all these dudes' junk, and she kicked out the one guy she's like, it looks like the balls hang a lot lower. I'm gonna have to let you go. And I was like, you just voted a guy off by his balls?
Yeah. Hopefully she's not fat, because I would laugh.
No, she was hot. But then,
Meanwhile,
and then at the end,
like, don't judge me by the way it sits.
Yeah, right.
Then at the end, the person who is, picking, they have to get naked to meet the last two. So, or maybe it's just the last one. I don't know. It's interesting. I'll look up the name of it real quick. But what were you gonna say, Jake?
I don't fucking know.
Well, hey.
I was making a joke about penises and.
I mean, if you're underwhelmed with it soft, just wait till it's hard, kind of.
Just let me disappoint you when it's hard.
The funniest one was I only watched the one episode, but they scroll up and one of the guys only has like 1.5 legs, but he also has a
third
tattoo. He has a tattoo on his midsection that makes his junk look like an elephant. Like, so it's like a trunk, and dude, it was kind of funny. And they go, so what's the story there? And he's like, don't get drunk in Thailand and let your buddies get you a tattoo. That was the story.
The story.
Did you guys see that link I sent you earlier?
Which?
The new shoes. Oh, maybe it didn't send to you guys. Or maybe I sent you multiple things. I could have also just sent it to you.
Yesterday. A tiki-taki.
Oh, I sent you stuff today.
Well, I mean, did you send it to both of us or individually?
I thought I sent it to both of you, but it's not on here.
The only thing I have is anaconda thing.
Wait, is that it? Right there? Well, here, I still have it.
Send me a shirt that says someday we'll all be dead.
that made me laugh. I'll send it to Dave.
I don't have my phone on me.
Well, I'm sending it to Jake too.
Dave. I have Dave's phone on me.
He has Dave's phone. And then I'll just hold it up. Mischief, that company that makes shit? They made a pair of Reebok pumps that have all the pumps. And they got D Brown.
I did. I sent you a message back and I said, how many pumps you want? All of them.
Oh, see, that was
just like an hour ago I sent that to you.
Yeah, but you sent it like in the wrong order. So I'm like, or like you didn't link it to that thing.
Yeah, that's right. I forget you can do that now.
Because it made me laugh because you get the Sean Strickland shirt. Sounds gay. Yeah. I'm in. And I was like, how many pumps? What? Okay.
Yeah, right.
All right, man.
Yeah, that Sean Strickland shirt.
All right, man.
Hey!
These people.
Are you ready for a good-ass show?
We're in for a show.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, here we are. We're back again. It's another edition. It's another episode of my show. And you see him perking his titties all around if you're watching on YouTube and seeing what he can do. You might recognize him from screaming at your wife at the duck game. It's Dave.
I ain't got one of my own, so I'm going to borrow yours to abuse.
Oh, that reminds me.
Wait, what did I do?
We'll get to it.
We'll get to it. Anyways, this man, he's the curator of Liquor Dave.
The curator.
Yeah. He makes it happen. And it's Robin.
Yeah, it is. I also went to college and know the word curator. Might even know how to use it. Whatever. Bringing it back around.
Hi, I'm Dave, and I like to use big words where there shouldn't be.
Bringing it back around. The drop bear, named drop bear. The hoop snake, known as Jake.
The hoop snake drop bear? God damn,
I just wanted to throw in the whole thing.
That's like if Australia had its own Greek myths.
The drop bear hoop snake?
Mm-hmm.
We're just curating these nicknames is what we're doing.
Anyway, yeah. Hey,
Hey,
that's
here
true.
we are back in the saddle again. We've been
Ben?
curating some nice topics
Ben?
for you. No, Ben isn't here. We'll have to get him on sometime soon. But we've been curating some stuff for you guys to listen to and listen to us talk about. We're fired up. We're Cliff Harrising.
We are. This is what it looks like when Ben calls me, though.
Yeah.
Hey, hold on. Get that back up there.
Check out my side boob.
Hey, Dave, do you remember what you said to her, or maybe even her husband?
I don't.
Oh, I did go on a spiel. Like Liquor Dave gets sentimental sometimes.
You were like,
I went in on her husband. I was like so drunk because, but I still stand by this. I'm not drunk right now. I still stand by this. She's a cool chick. Like when we show up, she gets super fired up. She likes to drink. She likes to party. But you know how like when some chicks will talk to you and you know it doesn't feel like they're just being floozies.
Yeah.
That's her. She doesn't do it. And then so drunk liquored me like to her husband. I was just like, yo man, drunk me leaning on the post to their seats. I'm like, hey, come here. Let me talk to you real quick. And I just go in on like how I'm like, you know what, man, like your girl, she's super cool, she's hot, and I just go off and I'm like, but you know what, like she doesn't, like I don't ever get that feeling that she wants to fuck everyone around her, man. So that's fucking good on you, man.
So that explains why all of a sudden I come back from the bathroom and she's like, I love fucking my husband. I'm like,
oh yeah.
Oh,
cool.
Because I told both of them and she was like, what are you guys talking about? So I basically went off and told her everything that I just told him. And I'm like, dude, like you guys are awesome. I love you guys. You're cool as shit. And that's what led to me.
Dick is married to me.
Yeah, like the whole time.
Oh, I missed all of that.
Yeah.
Like I heard
so
none of
that,
it.
That's what led to her giving me her number because they live in
She
Salem.
wanted to prove that she was a floozy.
Right.
Which is not very far from Corvallis.
Exactly. Well, yeah, exactly. Because I was talking to both of them, and he's just like, "Hey, get Jessica's number when you move over to Corvallis, so we can hang out because you will be close." And so, yeah, same thing, same thought is going through my head, and I'm like,
they have upside down pineapples in their house, is what that thought is.
Yeah, exactly.
Jake's like, he woke up from a text. He's like, wait up. Yep.
So, not saying that that's what's going on.
But that's what's going on.
But I'm not going to be surprised if that's what's going on.
Oh, man. Yeah, so that's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Dave's going to be the unicorn in a weird relationship.
I've never done it before, so I might as well try.
Hey, just make sure you hit him over the top. Yeah, I'm gonna agree with Robin on this one.
What did Sean Strickland? What did his shirt say? Sounds kind of gay. I'm in.
My shirt says Elks Club Gun Show staff. And people like, that's a funny shirt. Where'd you get that? I was like, I was
Elks Club Gun Show. Oh, those are always good.
So Colorado came to town.
Kind of.
Well,
I mean, they were here.
Their team bus was there.
Yeah, like I guess in body they were there.
And they made some videos, but
they definitely made some videos.
Yeah, they talked a little bit, and I think they were supposed to play a football game.
I don't know if they know that though.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. Yeah, like welcome to the Pac-12, bitches.
We'll say goodbye to the Pac-12, bitches.
Yeah. That was like if you go from pre-game, not like the pre-game, but like Monday, the week before we played Colorado, until Tuesday after we played Colorado, the narrative and the arc is so interesting. I wish somebody would have like documented it so that you could go back and see the progress of the story, like just the way it all played out.
That time you said that one thing?
Like Dion's like, I keep receipts. Yeah,
but you don't catch that.
So what?
Apparently.
We're gonna post ours on Monday.
Yeah.
Like, so what? You keep receipts. Like, so
Mhm.
what? Like,
I also like how Dion says I keep receipts, and then I've heard almost every commentator in the world say oh, they're keeping receipts. Like I've heard it like 10 times since Dion said it.
here,
Do it.
Do it, because I'm gonna do it too. Let's do it together.
here's what bothers me, right? Is like this whole time after the Kansas State, God damn it, after the Colorado State game, he's sitting back, leaning back in his chair like this. Do you believe now? Do you believe now? Like they went and accomplished something, right? And then now it's
Not
time
like
to
they
go on the
didn't
road.
barely beat them.
A
Yeah,
team that
now
was
it's time to go on
0-2.
the road and play big bad Oregon, and then they get their shit waxed, and
Push
he's
in
like,
so
hey,
hard.
you better get me now. You better get me now. We did, okay? You said before the season, your son Shadur, oh yeah, come play us now. We did. Where are you? You didn't show up. I was in the end zone more than you were.
It's true.
Literally.
Like from the beginning of the season, Colorado's been popping off at the mouth, and it's fine. I support it. I am a fan of Prime, but like there comes a time when you get your shit waxed that you just got to say, yeah, we got our shit waxed. There's no excuses. You don't talk about you want to talk about how far you have to walk on the concrete and it's fucking up your cleats going to the stadium. You want to see how far the Ducks have to walk to get to the stadium and what they
Right?
have to walk on to get there. Like, holy shit, dude. They walk like a quarter of a mile. Yeah. Like
Look,
the Ducks walk like a
sorry.
they
It's us and Dion.
Yeah, they walk like literally a quarter of a mile from the locker room to the field, and they
Mm-hmm.
want to talk about, oh, they got us fucked up out here walking on this, and they complain about the fact that they have to sit in visitor locker rooms, like they've never seen a visitor locker room before. It's like, at least we didn't paint it pink like Iowa.
Right? And we
In fact,
probably
I
kept
think
the
we should.
water on.
But if we did paint it pink, it'd be the coolest fucking pink locker room ever.
Oh, it'd be that bright pink.
I will say the military, the media services over there is Bush League, and they know that,
Yeah.
and they do it on purpose. Because like all the audio, if you pay attention, all the audio coming out of the Colorado camp has a buzz in the middle of it.
Yeah.
It's because there's a short in the wire because the ground is wet. Because it rained after the game, and there's a ground and a short.
That was such a good game, though.
It was so much like it was.
The energy in that
Oh my
stadium.
goodness.
Like I feel like we've been louder. I feel like maybe, but also it's also one of those moments when like the current moment is the best moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like because you remember it and you remember feeling it, right? So there's parts of me that want to be like, I feel like we've been louder. But you're not wrong in like the feeling in that state, like it was electric, dude.
The second 3 and out that Colorado had, or no, I take that back. When they decided to punt on 3rd and 8 from the 36-yard line and the crowd cheered, that was about as loud as I've heard it in a long time, because they realized not only was the crowd affecting the outcome of the game, but the defense was whooping ass, and it was worth a round of applause. Like, it was, yeah.
Well, you remember
We have the best defense in the conference. I'm just gonna say it. Oregon has the best defense in the conference.
Either.
I've been hinting at it. I've been talking about the pass rushes improvements. I've been talking about our fucking 6'3" cornerbacks. I've been hinting at it, and people always want to say, Jake, you're just an Oregon honk. You're just an apologist. You don't know what you're talking about. You have a blind spot for Oregon, and yes, I do to a certain extent. But I watch this team more than anybody else I know, present company excluded, and I know this team better than anybody I know, present company excluded. And it's fair to say that when I say Oregon's got a shot to make the playoff, they've got a legitimate shot to make the playoff.
I feel like the way that they're playing, if they were playing this way at the end of the season, we would be happy with it. And we're playing this way in week 4. Like,
right?
If we need to
fuck.
clean up the
Penalties are bad. The
That's about
penalties
it.
are bad.
Mhm.
Oh my god.
But when you're playing this good with those penalties stacked on that, you're like, okay, like you said,
It
get rid of the penalties, and
it reminds me in a way of like the Kansas City Chiefs of a couple of years ago when they would just be like, oh, holding, okay, so 1st and 20, okay, so we're gonna get 15 yards on this play, and then we're gonna
Right.
get 10 on the next play.
Yeah.
right.
Like 2nd and 22, a handoff up the middle goes for 30 yards. Like,
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's almost like, and I might even be trying to downplay it a bit, but we are almost elite at every position. I mean, our quarterback sees things, our wide receivers read things and find openings and get open and catch the ball. Our running backs hit the fucking holes.
and the
Our
vision is
line,
insane.
our line is getting a push, and then you look at the defense. Tell me the weakness on the defense right now.
Probably at the weakest part of the defense is linebacker play.
That's what I would say too, because that's the one that I don't see a star.
Making plays.
Right.
Mhm.
100%.
But then like Jeffrey Bossa had the game-winning pick 6 against Texas Tech.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's like, man, this team is coming together.
Mhm.
I just hope they keep it up and knock on wood, stay relatively injury free.
But if you're
Yeah.
if you're loaded with stars in every other position, that middle section, if you've got guys that'll just do their job,
Yeah.
and just fill the hole, you know what I'm saying? It like
Mhm.
when your linebacker drops that for coverage, just cover your zone, right? Or cover your man. Like if you just do the
Do your job. Mm-hmm.
like you can let everyone else shine. That's fine. You know, it's like when a star DB is on the star wide receiver, right? And then that DB has 0 stats at the end of the game.
Yeah.
Except for the fact that they never threw his way. They never ran his way. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, his stat is the fact that he shut down a third of the field.
Yeah,
You know?
like Nnamdi Asomugha was Pro Bowl for several years with like 3 passes defended and 1 interception because he faced 4 passes on the season.
Right. Did
like
you
the one
guys...
that was a catch was a screen pass.
Yeah. Did you see, Jake, did you see the tall guys that stood in front of us? The whole men's basketball
The whole
team?
damn basketball team.
Yeah,
No, that's
like
funny,
I was
though.
trying to talk to Dante the whole time, and he just wouldn't talk. And I was like, come on, man.
I did
Come
yell
on.
at I did yell down
You
in
did
front
yell
a
at
couple
him.
times. I said, "Hey, down in front! I'm trying to watch the game." Because I was
What?
sitting down in our
Yeah.
seats that are elevated, and I was looking at the back of this dude's head.
Right. One of them half
it
turned
was-
around.
We ended up coming down at halftime. It was brutal up in the standing room. Like
It looked packed as fuck up there.
Yeah.
They said it was the 6th largest crowd in stadium history. Those are cool.
Look at those fucking shoes. Those are the ones that Dante had on. I was like, those are sick. I've never seen
the
those.
other thing. I do remember yelling at him and being like, "Hey, get over here! We want a picture of your shoes."
Yeah.
I just
It's
took
like,
a picture.
hang on
I was
here.
like, I got this. Because you were trying to do it. Then after the game, we get the best Snapchat from Jake.
That's
That
solid.
is good.
Yeah, I love that one.
I was like, I'm screen capping that.
I was proud of that one.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I'm still, if you can't tell, I don't quite have my falsetto back all the way. My hee is still a little bit absent. But as they were coming off the field or going back onto the field after an embarrassing first half, which saw them have fewer yards than Oregon had first downs, I let them know that the score was 35-0, 0, 0. And then I continued in after the game, saying it was the same old Colorado. I put watches on everybody that ran by, especially Shadur. I also let him know that we handed him the L on his jersey and that he earned it today. That one I was proud of.
That's a good one.
And then I didn't know about Shiloh Sanders running his fucking mouth, or I would have said more to him.
Right, I would have too.
And then getting run over.
He got fucking smacked.
Calm down there, dog name.
I need to watch that the game again. I haven't watched it again yet. Usually I watch it after we get
Yeah,
done.
this is one game that I really wanted to watch again. Remember when like Portland State, I said when they came out in their first couple drives, how
Mhm.
Portland State, there was a moment where I was like, oh, okay, this might be a game.
Yeah.
Like they can move, they can hit holes, like the first 2 drives they could. I didn't have that moment at all this game.
If Oregon had come out with the intensity that they did at Colorado against Portland State, I don't think Portland State would have had those drives.
Right? Yeah.
We were just so fired up. I mean, you could see it. The crowd
Yeah.
felt it. The team felt it. Just everybody around.
They were a
And then
machine.
so that second drive we had, when we get stalled and we're getting ready to punt and they're running out the
That was the
punt
third
team.
drive.
It was the third one. And I
Third
go to
drive.
my dad. I'm like, we don't punt. And he's like, yes, we do. And I'm like, I don't. And then we ran the fake. And I'm like, I told you, we don't
Yeah.
punt. And he's like, yeah, damn it.
The best thing for me was like going for 2 again after not getting it and just fucking, all right, well, we're gonna go for 2. We're gonna
Right.
get to 21 because we wanted to be at 21.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a
Shit
good
was so
one.
Hey,
good.
it's almost like, hey, remember that one time you stopped us?
Yeah, that was the
Yeah.
last time.
Yeah.
We're not letting that happen again.
Mm-hmm.
Then Bo Nix, what a lot of people didn't see is if he puts like on the ball that he threw the interception on, if he elevates that ball 1 more inch, it's a touchdown. Like
Mhm.
Franklin was
The receiver was
behind.
open, yeah.
Oh, he was so open. He just didn't, just a little bit more, just didn't quite read the scouting report.
Yep.
Yeah,
And you
could
still
have
got
called that ball.
smoked.
And it
Oh
still
no,
got
you
smoked. 7
picked off Bo
sacks.
Nix.
Go
Still got
Ducks.
smoked.
Good X.
Oh my, yeah, this is probably one of the wins, like regular season wins that I feel the best about.
And it's funny
Like,
because
I
it's
feel
just
great about it.
just freaking
It's
Colorado.
just Colorado.
Right.
It's the same team
Well,
we've
it's-
smoked.
Mm-hmm. It is, but because it's all the hype that was building, and it was just like
the unwarranted hype. It
Yeah.
wasn't even like. So, all right, I'm going to go into this whole
Yeah.
thing now,
It's
real quick.
Robin's turn.
That's what
Yeah.
this episode is just now Oregon versus Colorado and our rants.
Sorry.
That's what it was always going to
not
be.
sorry.
I don't know where you came from.
Sorry, not sorry. But so like the whole week before, like they're just, and it's not just the week before, it's the 4 weeks before, where every national media is talking about how Deion Sanders has got this team going this, doing that. Shador Sanders is doing whatever. He should be in the Heisman conversation.
Mhm.
And you look at the
how they
teams
got
like
2 Heisman. They've got 2 Heisman candidates.
you look at what they faced realistically, and you're like, that you beat 3 teams that collectively have 1 or 2 wins or something like that. Like, you didn't beat anybody. Why are you guys getting all this hype? Like, you weren't ranked for a reason. Then once you got that 3rd win on, at the time, the most watched game of the season because of all the media hype, then you get voted into the top 20. You're number 19 all of a sudden. Well, now you're going to face a real team. A team that doesn't get the hype because their coach isn't about it. We're not running out there every week with a brand new jersey like we used to. Yeah, we have combinations, but we've had combinations for 20 years. So that's nothing new. You got this unwarranted, almost SEC type love.
Yeah.
And the people from Oregon don't fucking appreciate that shit because we've been fighting to get respect for, like I said, 20 plus years.
We've had great teams that just get shit on by the media.
Right. You guys been here for 4 weeks.
This has been building since '89.
That's fair.
Ever since the Liberty Bowl again in Shreveport against Air Force, this has been building.
How do I remember that game? I was so excited.
I remember finding that game on VHS and watching it and being like,
oh wow,
oh my, yeah. So like I mean I was 2 when the game happened,
right?
But I mean I was going through the old family VHSs, as a kid is wont to do when he's young, and I pop it in and it's the fucking Liberty Bowl, and I was like, this is awesome, my football, oh neat. And I remember watching and being like, yeah, thinking it was real, like just now happening sort of shit.
I mean, it was.
It's real
It's
to
still
you,
real to
damn
me,
it.
damn it.
It's still
So,
real to me.
but yeah,
Mhm.
that whole thing, like, there was a buildup of every time we saw Deion Sanders on there on the TV or on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram or TikTok even, it just built up a little bit more resentment because it was almost always from ESPN or Fox Sports or,
Hell, they've
just
gone to Boulder. They're going to be going to Boulder 3 or 4 weeks.
right. Like you've got game day there. You already had game day. You got The Rock showing up. You got Lil Wayne singing or rapping to the fucking whatever before they come out or with the team coming out. Like you get all this fucking love, and Oregon's like, well, we got Phil Knight. I mean,
But
so we don't need anyone else.
he's an old crusty white guy. That's why they don't care.
Exactly.
It
With a lot
like
of money.
yeah.
But I don't know. The whole thing, like, I don't know.
I love the excuse train that has come out since the game.
Oh, they had
All
other
the
coaches.
excuses. Yeah, they had other coaches
If they would have had
helping
Travis
them.
Hunter and I got this from a source, Keyshawn Johnson. Fuck you, USCS.
Yeah,
And by the way, what coach in the history of time hasn't ever like talked to one of his coach friends about,
yeah,
hey, what would you do against this?
Every time I've coached, like say when I was the last time I coached at Glendale.
The last time I coached at Glendale.
What did I say? No.
I don't worry, I heard it both ways.
You said say it.
Anyway, I would talk with Travis at Days Creek, and we would compare, like, well, what did you see from these guys when you played them? And then, back and forth, we would give each other notes on the other teams. That's not unusual at all.
That happens at every level of the sport.
Every level.
What's that guy at Camas? The one that's like the Oregon.
I was trying.
You know
to think
who
of
I'm
his
talking
name
about,
earlier.
right?
Yeah.
Remember when I was coaching?
Eli Wolf.
When I was coaching with you at Days Creek, and I was learning how to run a eight-man football defense.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck, I'm just winging it at this point. Like, I chit-chatted with him about defenses in 8-man.
Yeah.
Like, that's what you do as a coach. You talk to other people to learn, to figure things out.
I talked to him before we played them one day when I was coaching at Glendale, and I was like, I was breaking down his defense to him, and he was telling me what I got wrong, and I was like, you're not supposed to tell me the things because now I know what we should have been doing, and now I know what we're gonna go do.
Yeah.
It's just,
but he's one of those guys, like,
he doesn't care. He's like,
he doesn't care.
He sees it as everybody's a fraternity of coaches.
Yeah. But at the same time, he's Eli Wolf.
Yeah.
Like, he's gonna figure out a way to figure out how you figured out him. Like, he knows that you know that he knows.
Right. So yeah, exactly. Now he knows that I know.
So he's already working it in his head.
A two deep zone, and and exactly. So now they're gonna go
like he's
man, and I don't
like just, but that's what you do as a coach.
It's
Anytime I've coached anything,
it's a game.
Yeah, you talk to other people and you learn and you figure, like, it's stupid. Like, it's just the excuse. I've been really annoyed with the excuse train. Like, you're blaring, believe us now after Colorado State. Colorado State that took you to overtime. Double overtime. Believe us now after barely beating someone. Fuck out of here.
Tell me like, you haven't been a coach for very long without telling me you haven't been
and don't
a
get me
coach
wrong, I love Deion Sanders. The way he talks to people, the way he talks about himself, the way he speaks to his kids, like, I'm all about it.
Right.
I love it. I hope the best things in the world for him and wherever he coaches.
Yeah.
But you picked the wrong conference for me to give a shit on week 4.
Yep.
Because when it was Jackson State, I was still watching everything.
Yep.
But you put him in a big school or, actual
and you know what?
Division I.
In about 4 years, Colorado might be doing some things. They might be
there. He'll be in Dallas.
Yeah, right.
I saw a thing that to keep Deion Sanders, Colorado would have to offer him $116 million contract for 10 years. That's a lot of money.
He'd become the highest paid coach, right?
Yeah. Or maybe it was 8 years. I can't remember.
That's $1 billion contract.
Mm-hmm.
No, not 116 a year
Oh,
over
No.
the course.
see, I heard, I heard 116 at 8 years. I was like, holy fuck,
116 over 8 years.
that's still a lot.
That's still a lot, especially for a team that hasn't proven anything and a coach that literally hasn't proven anything.
That's almost as much as Oregon State owes for their construction bill.
Man, that school is hosed.
And they've got no TV rights coming in.
Can we talk about them for a minute?
We may as well.
Yeah,
We
Because
won't be
fuck 'em,
talking about
that's
it for
why.
much longer.
Hey,
Like, I might go to Florida instead.
Shit. Where's Ben gonna live?
I don't know.
Oh,
Ben,
man.
you're back to square one.
Sorry, Ben.
Blame Oregon State and their bad football team.
Start looking on rvsforme.com or whatever it is that Bales is always finding.
Honestly, blame Oregon State's bad football team for the reason why the school is going to be shitty.
Oh man, they owe like $31.8 million. The football team, I think, or sports program,
Athletic department,
owes $31.8 million to the school. Plus, they're going to lose $44 million in revenue from not having a TV deal. What?
Did
And
And then
Jonathan Smith's contract is going to be coming up in the next couple of years.
that
is rough.
Yeah, I would feel bad for him, but I hate him. So.
Yeah, but fuck him.
Because fuck him, that's why.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, we're going to expand our practice facility to take over a street and what was once the Eugene science department project over there.
Science center, yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna make our practice area bigger, so we can practice better.
Talking about practice.
Meanwhile, I'm rethinking my transfer degree.
And meanwhile, Oregon State is making their stadium smaller, so maybe they can have a sellout or two.
They're trying.
But they still can't find a quarterback who can throw the ball at a 60% clip. So they got the biggest running back they can find, and they're like, "Here, you throw the ball. Your brother's just up the road having fun."
Last sellout they had was Dennis Erickson. Not when he was coaching, just Dennis Erickson.
Just in general, but Untis. Well, I'll tell you.
Well, I can't remember who I was talking to, but they tried telling. No, not him.
Okay.
Was it Rodney Dangerfield?
It was a normal person in my life, but they were trying to talk about how many people were at the last Oregon State game, and I immediately chimed in with, "Yeah, it's not hard to sell that many seats when you cut a bunch of them out of it."
Yeah.
And they're like, no, the repairs are done. I'm like, that's not what I'm saying. You got no seats.
You guys literally got rid of 10,000 seats.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the number?
Yeah, it was like 10,000 seats they got rid of. They're down to like 36,000 capacity.
Can we buy them?
Like the seats?
Yeah, we need room. We need more.
No, they're orange is a problem.
We have paint.
I'll do it.
We like benches.
Oh. They fixed my seat this week.
I love benches.
Oh, that's nice. Did you
complain?
complain?
My dad texted
benches,
me.
not bitches.
Yeah, I did, because they didn't fix it last week. And so I fucking emailed them again. I'm like, hey, motherfuckers, my seat is still broken when we're at the Hawaii game.
Yeah.
And then so the next game, they're like, we're sorry. I thought we had it taken care of, and we will make sure it gets fixed. Thank you. So I got like a brand new seat.
They're like, we're sorry. We thought if we ignored you, you wouldn't bitch about it.
Wrong.
You should email them that I want a seat behind you guys.
Just
like,
just add 3 more chairs back there.
Right behind you.
No, because then you'd have to pay for them. We'll just do it the way we're doing it now.
Which is more fun.
Which is on the house. For the price of on the house.
On the house.
Yeah.
Man, we have like a month until the next home game.
I caught myself today in class. I'm like, it's Wednesday. All right, just a few more days. And I was like, fuck, it's an away game.
It's Wednesday. Yeah.
Yeah, just a few more days. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Three's a few.
I'll do. I was actually looking. I was like, I'm kind of looking forward to this Saturday because I'm going to sit down and I'm going to watch fucking football and just like watch 100 games, which I haven't been able to
Right?
do.
Yeah, I mean that is the oh
I kind of want to see what the Fuskies can do because like I wanted to watch them last week to see what they were doing. I'm like, hey, let's watch this. My girl was like, I don't want to watch the Huskies. I'm like, yeah, I don't blame you, but I want to see
It's
like
scouting.
yeah, I want to scout.
Yeah.
I want to know what I'm looking at. I want to know if they're full of beans.
mm-hmm.
What is that thing?
As one would say.
Nate Diaz would say, selling wolf tickets.
Selling wolf tickets.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've heard that. I've heard that Corny. That's from Corny, Jim Cornette.
Might be. I don't know who started it. The first person I ever heard was Nate Diaz, and he had to explain it. And I was like, who the fuck says that? And he's like, oh, yeah. I'm like, all right, man, whatever.
Well, explain it for the people at home that are sitting there going, what the fuck are these guys talking about?
Yeah.
It's selling the dream.
So anyways, Nate Diaz is a UFC fighter.
Used to be.
Used to be.
Used to could.
He talks like he's high all the time.
Because he is.
Yep.
Used to could.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then he got beat by a YouTuber in boxing, but
I still
he
believe
had a hurt neck.
I still believe they're all paid to lose.
They're all paid to lose. Not a single one of those fights is legitimate.
Yeah. I don't believe. Yeah.
I
don't use that word, but I don't believe the legitimacy of any of those fights.
One of the Paul brothers fake fights, and the other one wrestles.
Ha!
Yeah.
See what I did there?
Right. I've got more respect. I got more respect for the brother that wrestles, and I don't even know the difference between them. I don't even know the difference. Like I don't. Jake
he's
Paul,
actually kind of good.
You could tell me which one is which right now, and I will forget it in 5 minutes.
That's why I didn't say it.
Yeah, like I don't give a shit which one does which. All I'm saying is the one that wrestles, I have more respect for, because he at least is like, I'm getting paid to play a fake sport.
About it. Yeah.
Right. He'll take his bumps, he'll take his hits, but he knows it's like it's all kayfabe.
Meanwhile, his brother's running around doing the whole Colorado routine.
Yeah, like acting like he's an act. Don't get like I've seen him like. He's built, dude.
Yeah, he looks fantastic. So did Virgil.
I don't really want to take a punch from him because I believe that he's done actual training. He's actually trained to be a boxer.
Looks like he can actually throw a punch. Yeah.
Yeah,
he's definitely a better boxer than me.
Yes, exactly, absolutely. But you're not a better boxer than boxers.
I can't wait to watch the Francis Ngannou and Tyson Fury fight. That one.
Are they boxing?
Yeah, and then they're going to fight in MMA.
Wait, Tyson Fury agreed to the MMA fight?
Yes, 100%. Okay,
so in my eyes right now, right off the cuff, Tyson Fury wins the boxing match and Ngannou wins the fight.
Yeah,
wins the MMA fight.
Yeah.
Like that's how
Mike Tyson is training Francis Ngannou, and he has said if Francis connects with a single punch, Fury is going down. And I was like, one? I mean, I've seen, dude, you remember the fight. I'm sure you've seen the clip. You may not know the names, but Alistair Overeem got hit by Francis Ngannou with an uppercut. And you watch that video, his head snaps back.
Like, looking like he's got a mouth in the back of his head.
And his body fucking, his body looks like he just grabbed onto a fucking electrical fence and just got, or like how you see somebody get tased.
Don't tase me, bro.
Man,
like those guys are scary. Those are the guys like.
Well, he's also the one that was on that Jackass. Francis Ngannou punched Aaron McGahee in the fucking nuts and busted his nut. Not busted a nut, busted his nut.
Busted his nut.
Man,
like squeeze your balls and then realize the moment you stop because like. He went beyond that.
Yeah.
Testicle.
Hey, some people are into that. Some people pay extra for that.
That's true.
That's true.
Those people are dumb.
Yeah. I mean, whatever.
I'm not here to kink shame.
Do you, boo? I'm not here to kink
shaming. We're kink asking why.
Yeah, like
Kink asking why is the name of the episode.
I gotta piss. I'll be right back.
I wish you would.
This is what happens when Dave
Grab
drinks.
your beers too. Yeah.
Liquor Dave is out of
Kink-asking.
here.
Why? Featuring Doja Cat.
Featuring-
Well, once
man,
again, Doja Cat couldn't make it. Sorry, guys. I was hoping she'd make it this week.
I'd like to kink ask her why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, well, while
Hey.
Dave is away,
Hey.
the cats will play. No. What's the date? The 27th.
All day.
On the 14th
Yep.
of next month, we need to figure out a way to make it up that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm thinking, but I also have Riv that weekend, I think. And
well,
I know. I know.
The problem, the initial issue that just pops into my head is
Availability?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's kind of similar to Colorado at Oregon. Ticket prices are going to be bloop. You got two top 10 teams, provided Mashington doesn't fuck it up between now and then, and Oregon continues to do what they're doing.
And
are you talking about state? Or
no.
The 14th, the Mashington game.
Oh, okay.
And as easy as it was to sneak into a Beaver game because it was Oregon State, I don't think anyone is going to let us get away with anything here.
No, because we'll be in Oregon gear too.
Exactly.
And they're, yeah.
I'd say we wear jackets over the top, and then when we get in there, say, "Fuck are you 2-time?"
I don't know.
wait.
Well,
I got an idea.
When is that? Hey, when is that again?
The 14th.
I told you.
14. Yeah.
We can just wear this hat. You just wear this hat, Jake, and then they'll never know.
Hang on. Hold on, butthead. I'm watching the Mariners game at the same time. There.
I definitely still. Hey, I definitely still have some security gear, like low-level security gear.
We get bright yellow vests and signs, like traffic signs. I can find a stop slow sign. I have a walkie-talkie.
I can get a broom and a dustpan.
We like full on sneak in. We could also go like 7 hours early when they're not locking it down.
And just stay in the building.
Just chill. Yeah.
I got cargo shorts.
Do they do that still?
I don't know.
Oh,
wait, who does what still?
Well, I mean, I know that the you can kind of do that at the duck game, but we'd have to like abscond and hide. All right, over under. I have not looked. I'm setting the over under for these tickets at $110.
Right now?
Yes.
I'm gonna say you can get one under.
Dave?
Under. At least one's got to be under.
$125.
Oh.
Upper level row 49. The cheapest of the cheap seats.
Wow.
So yeah, they were like $30 a ticket last year, or last time you guys came up for reference.
That's wild. And then we just
too
went
broke
to their student section.
Yeah, we sure did.
Because I was honestly thinking about that. I was like, week 3, that's first test week.
Oh.
I can make that happen probably. Because I get out of classes. So Robin, I get out of classes at like 1:30.
On every
Friday.
day or okay.
On Fridays.
Gotcha.
We could jet on up. God damn it, fucking shit. I'm gonna figure this out.
Okay.
Sell something.
We got time. Sell a kidney.
Sell a kidney.
Yeah. Get 2 of them.
Oh god, that was terrible. Yep.
You keep drinking like that, you're gonna need both those.
We could just get all the way up to Salem, stay the night, and then drive the rest of the way in the morning.
Dave, you wouldn't even. You guys could only need like one guest room too, because you could just crash in the master suite.
Oh, sweet. We can cuddle.
Well, yeah. No, I mean when you're in Salem. silly Billy.
I'll cuddle everywhere.
I'll cuddle the fuck out of you, boy.
Oh man.
Man, so I know Robin doesn't care, but the Mariners are absolutely in the heart
Oh
of a
shit.
playoff chase right now. And
And I thought they
it's
were in first place.
they were for a second.
Oh,
Now they're not.
that was the last time I checked.
But it's bottom of the sixth. They're down one, runner on, and yeah, if they win this, they're in good shape. If they lose this, they're in less good shape.
What's Tampa's record right now? Because that's the team that you got to watch.
Well, no, it's the Toronto is who we need to watch, and they lost today. So the Mariners are currently are currently a full game behind them, half a game behind the Astros. So if they'd win this, they'd be a half game up on the Stros and a half game behind the Blue Jays, with 4 to play against the goddamn Rangers to decide it all. It's been crazy. Like, this has been a fun baseball season.
It has been.
Oh, I got so confused
as a Mariners fan,
because you said Rangers, and I was like, they play hockey.
Like,
What is he talking about?
Team
the Hot
Texas.
Rangers.
My bad.
The Desert Rangers, and not the
Lone Rangers.
Yeah.
Lone Rangers.
Yeah, it's definitely been it's been a roller coaster ride this part of the season as a Mariners fan. Because I start getting worried about. Well, like once they had first. Nope.
I definitely forgot baseball was still happening.
This is why it's my favorite time of the year.
We've got the benches clearing. We've got the dugouts clearing. We've got all 50 men on the field right now because apparently after
the
Julio
band
Rodriguez,
on the field?
Yeah, the band is on the field. Julio struck out, and the pitcher was being a douchebag about it. And now we've got all 50 players on the field. And now the fat guy from Houston.
Wait, is this happening now?
This is happening actively.
Oh, shit.
I'm telling you about it.
Yeah.
Play by play.
So Julio's like, yeah, don't give me that shit. And he's like, hey, you're a fat fuck. Bring that over here.
Take a bow.
And the fat guy's like, hey, I'm over here, and I don't want any of this. And now the catcher's walking off the field, and he's hungry. You can tell. Julio Rodriguez is still pissed because he got gassed by some bullshit. And now we've got everybody out there. He's still talking. I think they're all talking in Spanish. I can't understand them. I can't read lips in Spanish.
All the Dominicans are out there.
The Dominicans are definitely out there.
Yeah. Spanish.
I could read lips in English. I cannot read lips in Spanish.
I read lips in Russian one time, and that was it.
And we are getting saucy here in Seattle with the minute amount of the schedule remaining to play.
I really enjoy the fact that Seattle as a team hates Houston as a team.
We hate everybody.
Everybody hates Houston.
Yeah.
As a Seattle sports fan, we hate everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Like, don't come here. We hate you.
Yeah. Do you know how much it rains up here or up there now? I don't live here anymore.
Yeah, you don't live up here.
I don't live up there. How much it rains up there? Of course they're angry. I keep wanting to say we.
Pissed about everything.
As a Pacific Northwest sports fan.
I went to a Baltimore game. I went to Pacific Northwest Islander. I went to a game against Baltimore, and I saw a guy in a Baltimore jersey. I'm like, man, fuck this guy. What do I care?
Right?
Baltimore.
Don't get me started on Pacific Northwest Islanders, all right? The actual Islander will start getting pissed off.
Hey, man. Hey, brother.
And every Islander I ever talk to, I tell stories about Pacific Northwest Islanders. And then I get an accent.
That's true.
Listen, brother.
Well, see, I couldn't do it right now.
Yeah, because you're talking to white guys.
Yeah,
right.
if I tried right now, it would sound like a white guy trying to do an accent.
It would sound super racist, but it's like the same way when like I have a Latino accent that I've picked up, and so I like because I work with a lot of Latin dudes, and so like all of a sudden I'll start talking like this.
Oh God, doing that.
I've been working on that because my brother-in-law's family.
Gotta get over here.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
But yeah, like I'll say I'll go, and then we gotta go get this, and we'll do that. I don't know.
We'll go
up over there.
Oh man. Oh shit, Dave. What are you doing Saturday?
Watching the Duck game. Trick question.
Reading
in the morning. In the morning.
Tell me.
Watching the pregame to the Duck game.
Tell me what I'm doing on.
Do you want to
Saturday
go?
morning.
Do you want to go see if we can find a deer to slaughter?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Slaughter the deer.
Oh, dude, double whammy. Double whammy. I can do my forest biology lab while we're out looking for deer to shoot.
Boom.
Double fucking
Literally.
whammy.
Now I
'Cause
have to go.
That's what I need to do Saturday is go sit in the woods somewhere and
You're
do
being
some lab
helpful.
shit. Yep, look at you. Yeah, because Robin's never ever helpful on anything ever
What a
else
guy.
in my entire life.
Right? I've never ever.
Robin's
Never, not once.
ever been helpful to anybody that he cares about ever.
No, not once.
No.
It would not be. That's not a thing.
You're
Yeah.
a menace.
I'm a
Menace.
menace, a dentist,
A
an oral
an oral
hygienist.
hygienist.
Open your mouth
Open your
about
mouth
for 5 minutes.
Oh,
that's
so
the
I was-
second Eminem quote of the day.
Of the day. So while I was taking a piss, I was thinking about something.
How are you tired of taking pop cans back to the party
Shit,
store?
it was 99 cents. Oh, you went.
No, I don't know either of those references. Anyways,
Well, one was Eminem.
well, that's
The other
three.
one
was
Now-
Macklemore.
now you're forcing it. All right, come on.
No, that was Jake. I did the Macklemore one.
How do you know I was looking at you? You're on a screen on my computer.
Because I know who you're talking about.
One of your eyes was looking at me, and the other eye was looking at Robin.
Right? Yeah, you were looking at
It's
one of
just the lid, okay? It's just the lid that's fucked up. The eye is fine.
It's
But
just the lid. It might be a shirt, even.
oh, and then I wear it every time I drink. It's just the lid.
It's just the lid. You're like the dude. You're like the bad guy in the Bond movie that sucked with Daniel Craig when like his eyes started bleeding, and he's like, "I promise you, it's nothing sinister."
Mm-hmm. Well, Mads Mikkelsen has the same thing, where one of
He
his
does.
eyelids is a little droopy. I just noticed it the other day, actually. Anyways, what I was thinking was how we've always had like a pattern to how we talk to each other,
Mhm.
and then I got on the show, and now we have the show pattern.
Mhm.
We do that in public now,
How do you mean?
like at the game. Like we'll be telling stories, and just like the pattern of like how it kind of circles through who's talking.
Yeah.
We at least I noticed it a
We
couple
may
times.
have
as Liquor Dave.
always had that, though.
That's
and
true.
just
because-
Fair.
Never paid
Yeah.
attention to it.
Yeah, I guess I just noticed. Just being on the show now, I notice it more. You're probably
Also-
right about that.
I'll say I can tell, at least on my behalf, I can tell a difference from pre-show to regular show. Like I can sense a switch flip. At least for myself, because like I'm a lot more traffic cop when we're in the show. Like I'll try to, if someone says something, I'll be like, well, tell me more about what you just said. Like a little bit more of that. But whereas if we're pre-show, we're just bullshitting.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a different energy.
There's
Mhm.
definitely more interrupting, at least on my part, when we're in the pre-show too. Like I'll just talk right over the whatever. I'm like, hey, remember that time?
Yeah.
I'm talking about something important now.
Now listen to me.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, usually, because you're usually the one that's got most of the ideas written down. I'm usually just operating extemporaneously, and then Dave is drunk.
Yeah. Well, here's the other thing. I also I appreciate myself in this. So hold on.
Good job,
There you
David.
Nice job.
Like remember when I wasn't drinking?
No,
There was a stint when I stopped drinking on the show and I just started smoking.
Oh yeah, when you were smoking weed, and then you'd just be like,
This eye was like
That
half
was it.
closed.
yeah.
It was this look.
If you're not watching this on YouTube, you're missing it. Because Jake's definitely doing it. Dave was
Mhm.
already doing it. And then
Dave
I'm
was doing it
kinda-
on accident.
I can't help it anymore. But yeah. Well, it's same thing at games.
Yeah.
The last two games, I stopped smoking. Well, hold on. I don't stop anything because I ain't a quitter. But I
You
I
sure
only-
about that?
sure about
Right,
that?
that's
You
what I
sure
was
about
thinking.
that? Yeah.
That's what I was just thinking. I was like, "Ooh."
But like if you guys have noticed, like the energy that I bring is different now because I'm
Yeah.
not high as shit anymore.
Yeah.
Like I'll liquor Dave up, but
Liquor Dave up.
mhm.
Where's that?
You gotta liquor Dave up.
liquor Dave up, man. I don't know, Hey, Jessica's about to find out when I move to Corvallis and they call me from Salem.
God damn it.
You're like, hop in.
I actually texted her the other day too. I sent her that picture, the Dion one, because she's also in it. I just didn't show it. Yeah. She was like, what? Holy shit.
Yeah,
there he is.
Polarized sunglasses are cool.
Mm-hmm. They're nice. They're nice.
You know what else is really cool? Drinking liquor the whole day and not caring and just taking like beer me will see a hot chick and I leave my sunglasses on. I'm like, oh, she's hot. But liquor me is like, oh!
Liquor Dave is the true player.
It's true.
Yeah. Liquor Dave doesn't give a shit about anything.
I didn't realize it until we got home and I started recapping in my mind how much Dave drank and what he drank. Like, I'm just going through the inventory. I was like, oh, we fucked up.
We fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you were drinking at beer pace, not beer.
Yeah.
I don't have another switch.
When you had the cup and it was empty and you had us pour shit into it, that was when I was like, oh boy.
This is a bad idea.
Last time this happened was, like you
Captain
said,
America.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, and you broke my fucking salsa.
That's like the thing
I had a jar of salsa.
Did I break the salsa or did Tammy break the salsa?
You broke it. You
Tammy
broke it. Nope. You're not weaseling your way out of this one.
I'm not saying I wouldn't.
It happened.
I'm not saying I wouldn't. I was just trying to recall.
Say anything about it. I'm like, what is on the? Why is there salsa? Where's the jar of salsa?
I remember that. I broke the salsa, and then I was going to get towels, and then I got drunkenly distracted. Because when you were like, Dave, and I was like, oh yeah, I was getting napkins to pick shit up. Like, I know Liquor Dave has a lot of confused looks on his face, but that was that one. That was the, oh yeah, I was getting napkins to clean this up.
The funniest part to me was when I asked my dad the next day, I'm like, remember when we had that giant glass gallon of homemade eggnog and Dave dropped that?
Hey, new rule, stop bringing glass.
I do. And I was like, and remember how we stopped bringing glass things to tailgate for a long time? And then I just slowly forgot that rule.
I'm back, bitches.
The rule is back
Tailgate
too.
Is back.
I will break glasses.
Tailgate is back. That was the height of tailgating. So if that's the sign, I'll allow it. Once.
Like, wait, is tailgating falling off? Wait, no. Dave just broke some glass. We're good.
Broke glass. Yep.
Dave broke glass.
Baby. We're back, baby.
Oh my god. My chemistry teacher, he does that. He says baby, like he'll be talking about like some fucking chemistry shit, and he's like, you just do it like this, baby. And I'm like, I'm sitting in the back.
Coach?
I'm like, oh my god. Actually, no, I call him brah because he calls me guy.
Hey, guy.
So in my
That's
lab,
your guy, pal.
My lab group,
he calls pal, bud.
That's your bud friend.
I love that.
So in my lab group, he calls one guy man, one guy bro, one guy. What's he go? So I'm guy.
Brosif. Bromosexual.
Apparently, we all have nicknames now, and it's week 1, and I don't call him by his name. I call him bruh. Like, I walked into his office because I didn't show up to his class today. I knocked on the door. I was like, hey, bruh, I wasn't there this morning. He's like, yeah, guy, I saw you weren't there.
That's my kind of teacher.
Right. And I was like, I might not show up to some classes that are just lectures. And he's just like, I may just post them online, so you don't really need to be there. And I was like, cool. And we fist bumped and I walked out. And I was like, I'm not even a chemistry major, but I may take more chemistry classes. Like,
so suddenly you're a chemist, and now we're making meth in a motorhome. It
right?
all works out. Wait, what?
That's the other thing, because as the older guy in classes, I always make references that the teacher will understand, but the kids don't because they're all dumb. They're all Gen Z kids, and they don't know things.
It's fun being the old guy in the room.
Right? And he says, what can you do with chemistry? And I yell out, make drugs. And he's just like, and he stopped and he looked at me and says, maybe like 15 years ago. And I'm like, yep, I'm taking more classes with you. Because one day he was doing, or one day, like I've been taking classes for him a while.
Right. It's
Same
like
day.
day 3.
Yeah, day 3. He was doing shit, and he's like, I forgot what I was doing. And I was like, that'll be the drugs talking. And every time I say anything about chemistry and drugs, he's just like, he gets this smirk on his face and
Like,
looks
you have
at
no
me.
idea what drugs I've done.
Like, I'm just like,
I might do Molly for
you
Washington
dig
State.
this, dude. Don't you fucking play with me like that. That's
How
like
dare
tickling my
you.
balls and not touching the shaft. Hey, you just
Mm.
don't get me worked up right now, dude. I got reading to do. I'm not doing it tonight. I'm drinking.
Yeah, I like that idea. Oh, that reminds me. You will not guess who called me Saturday night.
Molly.
Cole Carter.
No, but
No.
Dave's on the right. Right,
Hmm.
he's getting close.
Wait, okay. This is the throwaway guess, just in case it's a random wild thing. Was it my cousin?
No, it was Rick, Dino's
okay.
friend.
Okay.
Oh
The
shit!
But Robin, do you understand those connections that led to me
Yeah.
to ask that? Like,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
Speaking
No,
of
that
that,
would have
anyway.
been weird. I don't
It
know
would have
him.
been. Yeah,
But
you
yeah,
don't know
Rick
him.
called. Rick's gonna try to come to a game because he was like, I was watching, and I got my 80-inch plasma screen, 4K OLED. Like, he's talking about his TV. He does it every
Of course
time.
he is. Of course.
Yeah. And he's like, I'm so comfortable here, but that energy, and I was like, the energy was fucking through the roof.
Mhm.
It was like the old games. He's like, I know, I was at the USC Fright Night. I'm like, we all were. Come on now.
What's awesome is to be there and have Ben experience it all for the first time.
Mhm.
Right.
That was a great, like,
I'd like
first
to.
time.
I wish we would have thought to get him on for today and just ask him what that was like.
Mhm.
We'll get him on. We'll get him on next week. Oh, by the way, next week, one last note before we hit the ROAD. I'm going to go see Death Clock on Wednesday next week, so I will not be able to record.
We'll have to do a different day then.
Cool.
Thursday works for me.
Cool.
Also, other closing idea. If Washington State keeps winning out, that game will be a big one.
Yeah.
That would be interesting if, I mean, I know that game day is waiting for USC and Oregon, but they do love Washington State.
They do love Washington State for some reason.
Because they bring the flag every week.
Yeah, Washington State flag's always there.
So that would be, man.
That might be a snowman call game. Oh, Liquor Dave meets him.
No, that's a bad idea.
No, that's a great idea. I don't know what you're talking about.
The great balance. Yeah. It's actually not a terrible.
Well, you know, these people,
hey,
they could have been anywhere in the world. They're here with us. We appreciate that. Make sure, if you want to see our handsome faces and the funny shit that we do, check us out on YouTube, definitely notsellingdrugs.com, and also badfacts.info.
Badfacts.info.
But for this episode, this edition of my show, good night, universe.
That's a podcast.
Good ducks.
make sure to go and check out definitely not selling drugs.com.